A Child's Best Friend, Outer Edge, Friend or Foe, Lesson 3. Blake Weaver loved to play with his grandmother's dog. The dog's name was Samantha. She was a Rottweiler. Some people don't like Rottweilers. They say this kind of dog is too rough. They say Rottweilers don't make good pets. And they say these dogs should certainly never be turned loose near children. But the Weavers loved their dog, and Samantha loved them back. She even slept in Blake's bed. In 1996, this love saved the 3-year-old boy's life. It was January 24. Blake was in the backyard with Samantha. For some reason, Blake wandered off. Samantha went with him. A second family dog went too. About 1:30 p.m., Blake's mother saw Blake was not in the yard. Dawn Weaver called and called, but her little boy didn't answer. That worried her. She called the police. A search began. After a while, the second dog returned to the house. There was no sign of Blake or Samantha. The woods in this part of North Florida are thick. Even horses can't pass through some parts. To make things worse, it started to rain. It also grew colder. Florida nights can be cold in the winter. On this night, it would be close to freezing. Blake's mother remembered Blake had been wearing shorts, a t-shirt, and shoes. The police tried to work fast. They used radios, they used search dogs, they used helicopters. They even used special tools that can spot warm bodies. Yet the hours passed, and still the police did not find Blake. "We found everything but him," said one officer. No one knew it at the time, but Blake was in good hands, at least good paws. Samantha never left the boy's side. The dog pushed Blake under some thick brush. That kept him dry. Samantha pressed her body next to his. That kept him warm. Blake was scared, but with Samantha next to him, he did get some sleep. All night the police searched. At one point, they closed the nearby roads. They wanted no noise from cars. They hoped they might hear the boys crying. They heard nothing. When morning came, though, Samantha knew what to do. She got Blake to follow her out of the thick brush. She led him along a dirt path toward his home. About 1 mile from the Weaver's home, a woman named Debbie Sundstrom saw them. Blake had no shoes or socks on. He looked a little nervous, said Sundstrom. After Sundstrom gave him a cookie, he felt better. He was fine. He had a few scratches, said Sundstrom's. Other than that, he was okay. Dawn Weaver was happy to see her son. She wrapped Blake in a blanket and rushed him to a nearby hospital. He had a cut on his face, he was red from the wind, and his feet hurt. Mostly he was just tired and happy to be safe. Samantha saved Blake's life. She kept him from getting too scared, she kept him dry, she had kept him warm. The boy might have died, but with Samantha there he was fine. He wasn't even cold, said one officer. Dawn Weaver was proud of Samantha. The dog had demonstrated how great Rottweilers can be. "I love them," Dawn said. "I think they are beautiful animals. Samantha is not the only dog to save a child. Take the case of Francisco Quiros. In 2001, he was 5 years old. His family went on a trip to the mountains in Portugal. One day, Francisco walked off. He soon got lost. Luckily, his family had 3 dogs with him. Francisco's family had no idea where the boy was. They asked the police for help. Search teams began to check the woods. They had to hurry. A big storm was moving in. People searched all day and night. They couldn't find Francisco. They began to fear the worst. They worried they might be looking for a dead body instead of a live boy. The next morning, Francisco's uncle got lucky. He found the boy. The uncle couldn't believe it. Francisco was warm and dry. He wasn't hurt in any way. The 3 dogs had kept him safe all night. They had curled up on top of him. Their bodies kept him from the wind and rain. Dogs have even been known to save people they don't know. In Romania, someone left a tiny baby girl under a picnic table. The baby was hidden in a bag. No human saw her, but a dog did. The dog stood watch over the girl. It began barking. At last, the dog got someone to notice. The little girl was rescued. It turned out that she was fine. But as one of her doctors said, she was lucky. There is an old saying in Portugal, "The greatest love is that of a mother. The second greatest love is that of a dog." The dogs in these stories saved 3 lives. They show just how strong the love of a dog can be.